World of Warcraft needs to move away from the Arena World Championship. I've been playing World of Warcraft off and on for over half my life. I started right when Wrath of the Lich King came out, and I've been casual the whole entire time. But there's one thing that I've never really gotten into, and that is the hardcore PvP arena scene. Now, don't get me wrong, I think for the longest time, the PvP arena scene was the pinnacle of technical ability in World of Warcraft, and it requires an immense amount of skill and knowledge of the game that, frankly, I'll never possess. But I think the Arena World Championship has run its course. And I don't think that's because arenas themselves have run their course. I think it's just because arenas themselves aren't good spectating. I've been playing the game for half my life, but I don't like watching arena. And that mostly comes down to the fact that I don't really know what's going on, even though I've played this game off and on for over half my life. The concept in itself can be intriguing. I mean, you had the gladiators of Rome. People go into an arena, the last people alive win. And though the concept is the most basic form of combat you can think of, the execution of it is one of the most complicated things that I feel like is in esports currently. Let's break down a typical arena match in World of Warcraft. It's 3 people on each team, and it can be a myriad of classes and races that have a myriad of different abilities. At the end of the day, one team of 3 is trying to kill the other team of 3 first. But here's the thing, there are 12 different classes in World of Warcraft. And then on top of that, you have 36 specializations. So already that is a lot of information that the average viewer just isn't gonna have. Essentially, the knowledge floor that you need to enjoy an Arena World Championship in World of Warcraft is actually quite high. Sure, you have super low, just the base idea of 3 people need to kill the other 3 people first. But then to understand how they go about doing that and the nuances, it jumps up to an incredible state. And visually, it is incredibly hard to tell what exactly is going on. It's no wonder people get confused when they're watching an Arena World Championship. There's just too much information. For a gladiator style combat, fights can go on 3, 5, 7 minutes. So there will be this dance of 3 people attacking 3 people, and you think someone's going to die and all of a sudden they're at full health, and you think another person's going to die and all of a sudden they're at full health. And then the most jarring thing is, in what seems like the blink of an eye, someone's dead, and then their team just quits. So often in these matches, instead of getting that, hey, it really is the last man standing, it's the second someone dies, that's when the match is over. So already, that baseline understanding of what's happening gets tossed out the window. We don't even achieve that first promise that's made with an Arena World Championship, where 3 people are going to go in and whoever's standing at the end wins. So the gap between the base gladiator-style combat to what's actually happening is just beyond what is a fun experience to view. Now let's contrast this with probably the most popular esport right now, League of Legends. Now the big downside with League of Legends, and again, I've been playing League of Legends for over half my life. There are hundreds, triple-digit champions, and each champion has 4, some have slightly more abilities, but the standard is 4. So sure, League of Legends has the same amount of abilities that World of Warcraft has, but League of Legends is way easier to follow when you're actually watching professional players play. The thing that makes League of Legends easy to follow is the fact that there is an objective. I can follow along, no matter what level of knowledge I have of League of Legends, with the fact that one team needs to destroy the Nexus or the base before the other team destroys the Nexus or the base, right? Very easy concept. It's the minutia of it all, getting from start to finish, that's way easier to follow. You can see the progress that happens in League of Legends. You can watch that progress move along, and there are other objectives around the map that you can see, I see that this team took this objective and they are one step closer to the ultimate goal. A League of Legends match might go on for 20, 30, back in the day, 40, 50, 60 minutes. One match of League of Legends goes on multiple times longer than one match of an Arena World Championship. So as a viewer, you can watch this story progress. In the Arena World Championship, there's no story. There's quick action that happens and then suddenly an ending. It's almost like if you took League of Legends and you just took the team fight and every team fight was the deciding factor. When one team fight breaks out in League of Legends, sure, it's confusing because there's a lot going on, but they're not the defining feature of every single match because there are those objectives that provide the buffer for the viewer to understand what's going on. And that's where the real excitement comes as a viewer, because you have this gradual income of knowledge. You have this gradual learning curve that you can progress through, which is why I believe League of Legends has the #1 spot in terms of esports viewerships. The Mythic Dungeon Invitational, I think why it's doing a lot better than the Arena World Championship is because, again, there's that objective-based idea. Who can clear a dungeon faster? And you can see those stories progress because they're objective-based. I think the PvP side of WoW esports should focus a lot more on the battlegrounds because the overall story of what happens in the match is a lot more drawn out and easy to follow. Team A captured the flag. Team A captured the flag again. Oh my gosh, they're in the lead. They're looking really well. Team B captures the flag. They're coming back. They capture the flag again. Suddenly, we have a good story happening. Now, the downside is the battlegrounds of World of Warcraft are made for a various number of team sizes. I think Blizzard should make more battlegrounds that have 10-person team sizes so they can shift that focus of what they want their esport to be in terms of the player versus player experience. So that one, teams can actually form. Finding 3 people is relatively easy. Finding 5 people, relatively easy. Finding 10, that's a lot more difficult. So they need to have those battlegrounds that can focus on the 10-person experience. At the end of the day, I want World of Warcraft to succeed. I want the esports scene to succeed. A lot of people think that because it's an MMO, it shouldn't have any esports and that esports are never going to succeed. I just think it gives people something to be excited about. But the Arena World Championship, I don't think offers a good enough experience to bring new people into the scene. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the Arena World Championship? What are your thoughts on WoW esports in general? What direction do you think they should take it? Go ahead, hit like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.